はい、お願いします。Okay. Mhm. Well, that movement turned into something I didn't expect, but that's fine. What we're doing is, uh, if he's coming in the circle, it comes up, whatever, the movement. But when it comes out of you, like this, for example, is a very, very familiar movement, which we used to start with at 6:30 every morning in Japan. All right. Initiate the movement. Wada ikyo. Okay. Here. Okay. Now, you're on the ground. It's a safe movement. You're not going to stay there forever. It's just a warm up. Okay. Just get into a good flow. Okay. Move, stretch. All right. All right. This way. Whatever. Right? And sometimes a little confusion. He thought I wanted the right hand. Right? And then he realized, oh, okay. All right. Just stretch. Just a stretch. But it's proactive. Technique starts now. Technique starts. Starts with you offering as opposed to, well, it's already going on. Just a stretch. He breathes, he opens. Okay. So just off of the one hand, the Shukatate Dori, kind of warm up for a Kokyu Ho. Okay. Different partner. One of the things that I kind of want us to look at, okay? See how the elbow's going away from him? It actually goes towards him. That makes sense? Now, it's a paradox because when the elbow goes towards him, your hand goes away from him. But they're both important. See, I'm trying to bring them in, and they're both going away from him, right? Oh, wait. That motion. Well, so think of a wheel that's rolling towards him, but as one part of the wheel is going towards him, the other one's actually going the other way, isn't it? So there's two things going on here, but they're connected. It's like two gears that fit, right? Two gears that fit, as opposed to two gears that are not aligned. Now, wall step, counter rotate the hips. Keep them stretching, keep them stretching. Okay, let's continue into the motion. Okay, same partner. You got the elbow. But don't let this shrivel up. Right? The wall.
Yes.
Hitting a wall. But there's an underground passageway that allows me to go under the wall. All right? And so right about here, this is easy. There's an underground passageway, which continues way over there. See what I mean? And when you go this way, you get close enough to be able to do the movement. But good. Now, what is that motion? Huh? And now, right there. You don't want to do your home. There are a lot of things I don't want to do either. Tax season's coming up. I don't want to. Easy though. Good. Now cross step. Counter rotate the hip. Yes. Yeah. There's an expression that we use sometimes. Be easy. Just easy. Okay. And there's a type of intelligence. See, if you're too smart and you get caught up in duality, you go nuts. All right. Easy. Realize that there's something in a duality. Something can be imperfectly perfect. Conversely, something be perfectly imperfect. Okay. One way of looking at the Trump presidency is we're hoping it becomes imperfectly perfect. There's a resolution to it. Okay. All right. The laws of the universe say that that's inevitable. But if it takes 2 centuries to do that, we're in trouble. We don't have a democracy anymore. It's an autocracy. All right. An oligarchy. All right. Get easy with it. Doesn't mean you don't vote, doesn't mean you don't phone your congressperson. But be easy there. All right. And so, something that's very, very simple can be very profound at the same time. Okay. And the Aikido goes right to the core of it. And we're trying to some degree, understand what is paradox. Paradox is reality. Okay. Everything has an opposite. If you have an Izanagi, you have an Izanami. If you have an Izanami, you got an Izanagi. Guess what? Both were necessary to create in the Kojiki, the islands of Japan, or out of the chaos of the universal ocean, wherever it was that was there, matter started to form. The physical universe started to come together. But it took both of them, instead of fighting, they complemented each other. Mind, body, fire, water, heaven, earth. Okay? And so the Aikido is part of something to be very simple and profound at the same time. And part of the Aikido is to get us to appreciate that. And for that to happen, I got to get out of my noisy mind. I might be very intelligent, but I'm so smart. The duality of things seems so immense. I'm going to go nuts. My intelligence works against me. I see the end. I see, easy there. Moment by moment, we're constantly reforming, recreating ourselves. And if enough of us get that recipe, that alchemy, we'll recreate the universe. Okay? That's Aikido. So, everybody up. And since we're on this right now, we'll kind of make it, just when you start to understand it, the world gets heavier and the duality gets stronger. So he's going to grab with 2 hands. Now, one of the problems here is I'm seeing this kind of like a flat piece of paper. And here the elbow is going towards him, and this is going away, but nothing's happening now. For example, he grabs here, the elbow is going towards him, and this hand is going away. What he puts in, this is like a double team in sports. Now, what did I do? Well, this is going down and the other's going up, isn't it? And this is similar to the first one we did. Except the first one was one-handed, this is two-handed. Okay, this is a horrible attack. But life will do that to you. If you're too caught up in the duality of it, it gets worse. If you're stressed, chances are you're going to get more stress. because things are moving in different directions, and it's very difficult. They're moving in different directions, faster, harder, weirder. And there I am in the middle of that duality going absolutely nuts. All right. Why in the world do we have Mr. Trump back in the White House? But you know, that's okay. That's all right. The law of the paradox, there's going to be some collateral good. I hope. Okay. Now here, it's got the seated one. See how the elbow goes down, the hand goes up? Both both are going. Right? Hand blade form. Easy. I understand it. Confidence. I don't know if Draymond knew he was going to make that shot, but he took it like he knew he was going to make it. And guess what? He made it. All right. So let's work. I'm going to take my consciousness, which is in this paradox, but creating duality. Put it inside me. And see what happens. You got nothing to lose except your anxiety and extreme cases of depression, a temporary insanity. Okay? Because what we're after is not the duality, but the simplicity of the fact these two things forming a paradox can have a happy, positive conclusion without my mind messing it up and creating the duality. I feed the energy into the duality, it gets worse. I feed my energy into the paradox and realize the paradox, I just got to be easy with it. And things start to flow, come more into accord. The relationship with your partner starts to get more enjoyable. You become wiser or compassionate. It's a win-win-win-win across the board. All right. The only people lost last night were the Pistons. All right. They didn't really lose. Most of them were making millions of dollars to play a child's game. So, you know, there's no losers, really. Okay. All right. If you look at it that way, I wish I was making an NBA salary. I'm not. Okay. So anyway, let's add the extra weight. It's the same pattern. Okay. Different partners. Whew. Yeah. 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 Hmm. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Now, one of these paradoxes, okay, there's slow, and there's fast, and there's this. Okay? It's called the flow time. Now, right about there, it's like you go to the gym. The question is, do you want to start your workout and lift all those weights or not? What we're trying to do is say, it's not a weightlifting class. Your elbow can go down, your hand, bend your knees a little bit, on and up, down is earth, that's heaven. One moves, the other moves. Okay, good. Number of confidence. Key, if you put lack of confidence in front of key, that's what your key gives you. If you put more confidence in front of key, that's what your key gives you. Easy. Yes, now more relaxed. Easier. Come on. Easier, easier. Take all that heaviness out of your wrist. Good. Go. Let's see good. Let's sit down. Game on in the first quarter, heaving the ball to the hoop. Brick, brick, brick. Game on in the fourth quarter with less than a minute. Perfect form. Nothing but net. I couldn't believe it. The worst guy on the court to shoot that shot, the worst possible time for him to shoot it. Nothing but net. Perfection. Yeah, yeah, easy. Okay, good. In fact, what's hard is to be that easy when you feel the weight. That's the contradiction. See, if you do, there is that energy, right? But what happens, it gets mental. And then in a real situation, somebody grabs on him, he doesn't touch the zone. You see what I mean? So we put weight there just so you don't feel the weight. Paradox. Easy, light, good, 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 good. Now prop it up, rotate the hip, and you got a movement. Then you're starting to create the wave, aren't you? With that ability, loose and easy, loose and easy, loose and easy. Huh? Yeah, easy. Now, what you're doing is you're moving with confidence. So what happens? You put that confidence in front of key amplifies it. If you put the negative in front of key makes that strong. All right, so part of the game you're playing is it's a contradiction. I'm giving you weight so you don't feel it. And to be honest with you, that's the reality of it. We create our own weight with our own ideas and our own lack of this or that. So just say easy here. All right? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of what I want you to do a little bit. Fast. Oh, that's the paradox. You're moving too fast right there. When I move too fast, the opposite rebounds up on me. I move too fast. Furry's release is the lightning quick, but it's not rushed. Yes, good. If you're too quick, it jams up. Okay, good. So you kind of find the zone. It's an easy, fluid place. You don't go for weight or control. Okay? And what you get is you get a certain amount of confidence. And you put that in front of C, he takes off for you. If you put something less confident or whatever it is, if you put worry in front of you, you're going to destroy your system. Okay? All right? Okay. Boxes. We're invoking weight. So we're cool with it. I'm invoking weight. Can handle weight. No, I just want to be able to handle weight without getting too caught up in the duality of weight. Sometimes you do crazy stuff. David, why don't you come in too? All right. Like, for example, he grabs high, a little lower, and then he grabs low. I'm pretty good. The reason I asked that is because I don't want to see if I can handle more weight. No, I want to see if I can manifest that place regardless of the weight. Now, I can't lift the building or anything, but what I can do is get out of the depression of the Trump presidency or the fact that Warriors lose a crazy game or something like that, or the fact that the nursery hasn't opened yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's got to be easy there. All right. All right. Now, that one. I'm turning into him. But the other half of me, the back of me, is going away, isn't it? You're looking at Aikido technique, all the movements are off a paradox. That's why O-sensei researched them. If you go back to the beginning, they're just jujitsu. And jujitsu's fine. But he saw something different. Like, for example, here, I'm going into him, then I get discouraged and go away. Part of me is space, connection, a part of a paradox. Stephen Curry has a defender right on him, so he takes a step back and sinks a 40-foot shot. All right. It's distant, he's small. It's a paradox, but there's a kind of a unity to it. All we're going to do right here, let me just get over here now. It's got a Mikio. And we're going to examine that one. So this is the first part. Okay. Once you see how this is getting closer, as my back is creating more space. Now I'm going to switch sides here, all right? Now I can be kind of pushing down on a sturdy fence, or I can just jump down over the fence. That's all. It's a paradox. I create a barrier so that in some sense, I can create a type of unity with it. I'm creating a paradox. There's a barrier and there's a barrier I create. And what keeps me from what I want is oftentimes not the physical barrier. It's a barrier in my mind. So we're creating potentially a barrier out there. And now I'm right against it, pushing on it. I'm going to be easy and go that way. But we're just going to do that motion. Okay? So it's modo te dori. We just finished that one. This is the cross movement.
Go.
Okay. Hello. And that's another movement off of the same account. Okay? Now you're not forcing. There's still weight there, but all of a sudden you're not creating any more, are you? In fact, the whole flow experience is somewhat weightless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels like your partner kind of vanishes. Yet
Well,
there
what
you are.
happens, partner doesn't vanish because of unity.
Yeah.
And really what you are is you're polishing yourself by feeling that unity. It's not just you, it's him and you.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to just one hand, okay? And what we're going to do is that motion. Here, there's this motion, and there's that motion. This and that. And they seem sequential, but they're simultaneous. We see them in the world of duality as being one, two, but they're not. And what does that mean? I'm honing my sense of things. Oh, I see. The hand goes up, and it goes up and down. And he's hanging on his weight. Whoa. Then you get the Izanagi and the Izanami. You see them in a particular sequence. There was Adam, and there was Eve. All right, and somehow Eve brings evil into the whole thing, which is kind of a funny way of looking at it because it explains a lot of Western culture. This, and there's a that. There's a this and a that. Boom. There's a this and a that. Boom. If he's coming in this one, there's a this and a that. There's an Izanagi, there's an Izanami. Don't say the masculine is better than feminine or vice versa. They're part of a unity. What they present is a type of a paradox. And so the I in front of the key is for us to synthesize a better level of ourselves where we appreciate the paradox. And what we create is unity as opposed to separation. So that motion is also, they're both there. Okay. Let's keep the throws this way. Okay. Change partners. Yeah. So wherever you are, there's the magic word easy. There's always a this and a that. There's always a yin and a yang, a light and a dark. It takes a certain amount of intelligence to realize that there's a paradox. And if we don't realize that, we get caught up in duality. And duality can become oppositional. In fact, you can have a certain aspect of yourself that's at war with another aspect. So again, things can be both very profound and very simple at the same time. It's a paradox. that shot Draymond made last night. He's the last person on the team I wanted to take that shot. He took it and it was perfect. And I was going nuts and I went, wow, right in the space of about a half a second. Okay. And that area right there, if you're kind of too invested in who's gonna win the game or something, that's part of recreation. All right. Recreation. We're gonna have our ups and downs, a good day, bad day. On the other hand, it's like, cool. A bad day makes me appreciate a good day. But a good day may carry me through a bad period. Okay. So we're very complex. But Mr. O's observation about key being a very dangerous word. Let's substitute another word. Key is very potent. And so, key is a mysterious force. No, it's right around. And basically what happens if we really take what Mr. O said, we realize we have incredible power because we can choose what to put in front of key, can't we? And what we put in front of key creates ourselves and to some degree our world. And you know what that makes us? So we don't have any women here, but it makes us gods and goddesses. So when our sensei was talking about karma, he was talking about ki. A certain attitude here attracts certain energies. A certain other attitude attracts certain other energies. So we have powers and capabilities oftentimes that we don't really fully utilize. So he created Aikido so we would realize those things a little quicker. Okay? Okay, thank you very much.